that you can capture as your audience. So, you wouldn't have to look one by one as to who wants to get their color done. She can kind of arrange that for you. Your business can be a value-added service to their existing business as well. And what else is great about this tactic? It's low cost. And here's some examples. Call others about their ads and offer them your service. So instead of, kind of driving around town, look at your local paper. See who's placing ads and see which one of those ads will be a good partner with your business. Approach bake sales or local churches about doing a fundraiser. Barter trade your product or service. Do a free lunch drawing and put your card in fish bowls. Approach businesses and groups, again, with creative fundraiser ideas that, if you've got a group behind you, you guys can kind of get together and do a brainstorming session on what would be good fundraiser ideas for your business. Offer your product for corporate gift giving. And the most, probably the most ignored tactic of all is go door to door, introduce yourself with the local business owners. In talking to other businesses, make sure you let them know what's in it for them. The big difference between an individual and a business owner is the business owner is always looking out for what would be good for their business. So always, again, emphasize what's in it for them. The third category is how to be a walking advertisement of your business. Being a product of the product can be your best strategy. You can show the benefits of the products. This method lets you show instead of tell. Let people see that you use and love the products. And do this, and people will be more receptive to the opportunity and the products you have to offer. So examples of this are wear a badge, wear buttons, use bumper stickers, hang a sign on your car window about your business, wear a name tag to the grocery store, use the products yourself, and when they tell you how great you look, you can tell them why. And always wear here's one. Always wear a logo to the health club. That's kind of interesting because if you're exercising in a health club, you're pretty much walking around all over the place. So, even if you had a T-shirt that had, the name of your business or your website, I think that would create curiosity and probably compel a few people to ask you questions about the T-shirt you're wearing. So anyway, these tips are great if you're a new distributor. Take advantage of the demo kits and volume collections to order products. Established distributors, of course, take advantage of our monthly specials. Lastly, let everyone know what you're doing. Be a joiner of groups to expand your sphere of influence. Do these things and see the financial rewards because you are working the unique opportunity. Thank you.
Very good, Corey. Wow, those are a lot of ideas. And remember, they can all be found on those two on the Internet on homepartyplannetwork.com and workathomemoms.com. Just go up there and you can just see it all and think, okay, I could do this or I could do that, whatever. But, the other day, just this weekend, I went to the nail salon. And I was sitting there kind of drying the nails, and I looked over, and there were 3 holders of different businesses' materials sitting there. And I thought, aha, see, it is that way. They do work together. And then what you could always say, can I put my literature in your store, and then I will take some of your literature and give out to some of my ladies so they're aware of it. It's kind of like a complementing a business transaction that we're going to help one another. So I think you've got to look at that. At this time of year, your kids going back to school. What about the teachers that are in there, the area where they have the teachers' rooms? Well, put in some literature into that area. grocery stores where you leave your ads. I mean, there's just so many places that you just look around. There's a lot of businesses doing just what Corey just talked about. In other words, when you give a tip, you go to a restaurant. Everybody goes to a restaurant. You give a tip, you just leave the money. Why don't you take your brochure there and leave the brochure with your tip? And they're going to see your brochure. Of course, it has to have your name and telephone number on it. So you have to do those things. Any place you go, the place where you go ahead and you pay any bills, or where there's a woman receptionist, hand her that and say, I'm introducing a totally new product in this area, and I'd love to get your opinion of it. You know, women love to give their opinion. You're not asking them to buy anything. You're just asking for their opinion. There's so many different areas you can go. So I think if you go online at those two places that I just told you about, there are 65 places there listed to leave your catalogs. What did Corey just tell us? There are 42 ways to find customers. So why are we looking for customers? They're there. We just have to know where they're at and go talk to them and get them talking to you. So it isn't as if they're elusive. They're there. We just have to go find them and let them know what we sell. So we do have a better mousetrap. We do have better products. And people aren't going to come to us. We have to go to them. So I guess the three most important words in sales is see the people. That's all there is to it. See the people. Throw a lot of mud on the wall by seeing a lot and talking to a lot of people, and you know a lot of mud will stick, and I learned that a long time ago in direct sales. And before we finish up this evening, we had one request that I would like to grant, and it had to do with earning their seminar cruise. And just in case some of you might have the same question, hopefully this will clarify it. As you know, we've sent you a wonderful brochure that told you all about the guidelines for the annual conference and the seminar cruise. So when it comes to earning your seminar cruise, you can do it by just total personal sponsoring, or you can do it by total personal sales bonus volume. Now, but you might say, well, gee, I did recruit, so can I use some of those recruits towards my personal volume? Yes, you can, and vice versa. You can combine personal sponsoring and personal sales bonus volume, and how we tell you how to do that. $2,500 personal bonus volume is the equivalent of one qualified new consultant's bonus volume. So if you've got a lot of personal sales, and you might say, well, I've got the personal sales, I can qualify that way, or I've got personal sponsoring, I can combine both of them, and you can, because all you've got to do is $2,500 is equivalent to one qualified new consultant. So therefore, if you have any questions, just call in. We'll be glad to answer it for you. But, you know, I'm glad you're thinking that way. I'm glad you're thinking about, okay, wait a minute now, if I sponsor and then I do sales, how can I work both of those? You can work both of those. All right, so that kind of helps you over that area. And remember, during the month of September and October, now don't get mixed up here, anybody that you bring into the business, on top of the other one I just mentioned, you bring them in with a volume collection, you can take that volume collection and use it as your personal bonus volume for September and October. You won't get a bonus, you won't get paid a personal bonus on it, but you can use it for cruise dollars. So we're pretty excited about that. So you've got it in the mailing. Read through it. If you have any questions, give us a call. We'd be glad to answer it. And we just certainly hope that you go out and see the people, because that's what it's all about. How do you think Nabi built this business? He didn't just go ahead and develop wonderful products and sit at home and wait for it to happen. He went out and saw the people. Do you know that he used to go out and he used to go from state to state and talk about his nutritional products when it wasn't popular to do so, but he got customers, and he'd come back, he'd get orders, and he'd fill those orders and ship them out. He was a one-man show. But he did it because he knew you had to see the people. And it worked. And 51 years later, we're the living example of that dedication that he had. So you too can do this. So the money is out there, the people, there are over 90% of the population out there are working. You might say, yeah, but there's a lot of unemployment, but that's only under 10%. So therefore, there's 90% working. So let's look at the glass